For those of you who don't know, let me introduce myself. I am the Asian sensation Michael King, founder of King Enterprises, principal backer of World Elite, sponsor for Vietnam Pro Wrestling, and Vietnam's greatest export. And you people are all very smart because you're watching Scott Larson's #Truth.
Watch it all fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground because you never had the courage. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
Pro Wrestling Union returns to Union, South Carolina on Friday, May the 6th at the Union County Recreation Department at 115 Thomas Street for Mayhem. Plenty of wrestling action for everybody at all ages to enjoy. General admission at only $10. Kids 12 and under get in for free. It's the best value for the best professional wrestling in the upstate. See some of your favorite professional wrestling superstars, such as the Carolinas champion Bebop, Drew Hood, Luca Daniels, and don't forget in this show we have our first ever women's wrestling action, as Brittany Jade will be taking on Casey Fox. Also, a Texas bull rope match between the Anomaly Antonio Morgan as he goes against the Outlaw Randy Wayne. And the main event of the evening, it's going to be the Pro Wrestling Union Heavyweight Championship on the line, as Chase Emery will be challenged by AEW superstar J.D. Drake. All of this and more, Friday, May the 6th, Union, South Carolina at the Union County Recreation Department. It's going to be mayhem.
It's definitely going to be a night to remember. Hello, everybody. Scott Larson here. Welcome to #Truth. Tonight we have the one, the only, the owner and promoter of Pro Wrestling Union, one Mr. Cole McAbee. How you doing, man?
I am doing great. I am tired. You could probably hear it in my voice, but I am here and I am ready for this. Hate that we couldn't do this last night, but at the same time, I'm glad that you're feeling better.
I'm doing a lot better. Excuse me for chewing gum during the episode. I'm taking a few more meds and they're making my mouth cottony, so I got to do something to get the saliva moving in my mouth. So excuse the gum. Okay. But we've got a lot of people. Check it out, Coca-Cola. I like it.
Vanilla,
is that a new brand or something? Is that a new flavor?
It's Vanilla Coke.
Vanilla.
Unofficial sponsor of #Truth for this evening.
The unofficial official sponsor. Okay, I got you.
Yep.
Tiffany said, "Hey, Cole."
Hey, Tiffany.
Ron Emerson of the Live Wire every Sunday, 4 p.m. Don't miss it. He said, two of my favorite people. Thank you, Ron.
That's right. That's right. Scott Larson and Ron Emerson, his two favorite people.
John Matthews said, hey, fellas. What's going on, John?
Hey, John.
All right. So we've got a show coming up Friday, a couple of days. And I got one more work day away. Then I'm going to be making my way over to Union, South Carolina, my old hometown. And I'm going to be doing some things that Friday and get everything together for the show, 7 o'clock at the Union County Recreation Center. It's going to be mayhem. All right. So we got all this done. I showed you this before. We're going to go ahead and pop it right up there.
Pop it up there.
We're going to make this real easy to talk about mayhem. Here we go. There you go. There it is.
Look at that. All across the screen, ladies and gentlemen, what Scott Larson has been working really hard to do. He's able to get the information right there at the top center, the name of the show, the date, location, all that good stuff. And we also have the match card. This is impressive, Scott. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. A lot of great matches here, man. A lot of great matches. One thing I love about Pro Wrestling Union
is the guys that you have wrestling are not afraid. Most of them are not afraid to do promos and tell us what's going on.
Well, here's the thing about promos. You know, guys, they might have time and they might have something to say. You know, in wrestling, you got to talk sometimes, but then sometimes you just don't have words for it. You rather do the actions, do the talking for you. So I would say possibly the bottom half of this screen here, we heard from most of everybody, but these two up here, we didn't really hear from them, but also at the same time, I know Randy Wayne pretty well when he's not a jerk to me. He's not a very big talker. Right. JD Drake, he's one that likes to throw fists before throwing words from his mouth. Derry Vanderford normally talks for Chase Emery and Antonio Morgan, which we did hear from Derry Vanderford, unfortunately. But yeah. So what we gonna do? How we want to do this, Scott? It's your show. You tell me what.
Let's go ahead and catch up on this. Lisa said, "Hey guys." Brady said, "Cole."
Brady Collins. Hello, Brady Collins.
Jack Postel. What's up, man? Welcome to #Truth, Mr. Freeze, as I like to call him. Lisa said, "Hey Cole." She said, "Hey" to me, then "Hey" to you.
Hello, how are you,
Lisa? Because I don't like it when people just say hi to me, because I have a guest on the show, and this is who everybody should be saying hi to. Ron Emery said, "Also, it's not a lot of talent that we see twice a weekend already." There you go.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on where you go and how far you want to travel, to be honest with you, because you got a lot of guys, like they're going to be in South Carolina this Friday. Next Saturday or the following Saturday, some are going to be in North Carolina. Some of this talent's going to be going to Tennessee, Georgia, Florida. I mean, they're going all over the place.
Yes,
so
they are. Well, speaking of one of the guys up here in this corner up here above your head, Mr. Chase Emery said, "Do what you have to do on here, Cole. Just make sure my weekly check goes through on Friday."
Yeah.
And heavyweight champion speaking to you.
And I'm pretty sure he also enjoys the 50% cut that his manager gets, or whatever their agreement is. You know,
50%.
You could make more money, Chase. I'm just saying. You know.
Wow, there you go. There you go. Cut the manager, right? Take Vanderford out of here. Get him out of here.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know the history between me and Derry Vanderford and some of the things that he has said about me, and a lot of those things are completely untrue. Specifically, one story about him finding me in some nightclub where I was called sweet and salty. I don't even know where he came up with that.
He claims I interviewed him for a whole hour, and he claims he's got pictures, he's got video. You were sweet and salty dancing in a club.
Scott, look at me. Do I look like I could be dancing at a club? I can make a lot of money. Hey, listen. Hey, yeah, I could go to one of those clubs and I would make a ton of money. People will be throwing dollar bills at me to put my clothes back on. That's for certain. So,
I love that. That is
and put a paper bag over the head too while I'm at it. So,
well, you have to put up with Vanderbilt for both of these matches up above. His client Chase Emery, and he's also got a client over here, Antonio Morgan.
Hey, but here's the thing, and we'll get to this. As soon as Mr. Vanderford goes to that curtain, I don't have to deal with him. The audience has to deal with them. The person that's on the opposite end of the ring facing one of his clients, they've got to deal with them. But here's the thing, though. We know that the heavyweight championship, I got to remember the mirror image right here.
Right,
so
you got to go opposite, right?
Yeah, the heavyweight championship, the main event with the blue-collar badass, JD Drake, AEW superstar, and that's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. You got somebody like JD Drake, and I'll give props to Chase Emery where it's given. Uber talented, very technically sound, wonderful professional wrestler that made a great transition from amateur wrestling to the pros. Now, on the other end, there's stipulation to this because it's not just an ordinary match. It is a Texas bull rope match.
And there's a second stipulation to the match.
Well, there's stipulations. Now, Antonio Morgan, if he wins this match, Randy Wayne's career at Pro Wrestling Union is on the line. So if Antonio Morgan picks up the victory, Randy Wayne leaves PWU forever. However, if Randy Wayne secures the victory, and I'm pretty sure 99.9% of the population in Union, South Carolina is going to want to see this, he gets 3 minutes alone with Derek Vanderford in the middle
of the three? I thought it was 5.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Oh, he dropped. He got you down to 3, huh? That sounds like a Vanderford move.
That's about as far as you can do. But I'm going to be honest with you. When those two get in the middle of the ring, if it happens,
it's going to take him 2.5 minutes to catch him.
I don't know now. Randy Wayne's pretty quick for a man his size. And, but so is Derek Vanderford. He used to run away from me a lot. So
yeah, Vanderford's a weasel. He can weasel. And I mean that in a good way. He's slick. It might be 3 minutes of him just chasing him around the ring, but I hope he gets a hold of him. If he wins, if Randy Wayne wins, I hope he gets a hold of him because the roof will blow. I guarantee you the roof will blow off that place.
Yeah, and you know what? Depending on what Randy Wayne does, you may not even see Derek Vanderford go into the main event. He may not be available. But it's yet to be seen. I don't want to count out Antonio Morgan because, once again, this is Antonio Morgan we're talking about. This guy is a freak. He's a monster. He is a bulldozer. He's already defeated Randy Wayne once. So that is one thing against Randy Wayne. Not too many people has beaten him in Pro Wrestling Union. Antonio Morgan is one of those individuals.
That is very true. All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we go? I got to remember the opposite. Here we go down here. Why don't we go down here and just start going across? That way,
all right,
we can talk about them and we can play the promos as we go along that we have. So first up, Chris Phoenix versus Buggy Wright.
Yes. Something that I've been wanting to do for a while in Pro Wrestling Union, and I've been finally getting the opportunity to do this, is that I want to showcase junior heavyweights. I am a huge fan of the junior heavyweight division. I've always have been, all the way back to guys like Denny Brown, who I thought was one of the best here in the Mid-Atlantic area and all over the nation. Of course, you had guys like Sam Houston, who eventually would make the transition into heavyweight title bouts, even though he was genuinely a junior heavyweight. Guys like Brian Pillman, Scott Armstrong, these were guys that you labeled them as light heavyweights or junior heavyweights,
right?
But they were always fantastic to watch in the ring. There was never a dull moment. It was never a terrible match. So that was something I wanted to bring back into the area because I felt like along the way a lot of people lost focus on just a division of style, and I love it. And these two right here, they already have a history with each other, so I just thought it'd be great for the people in Union, South Carolina to see what these two individuals can do.
And they definitely talk about that history. So let's go ahead and see what Chris Phoenix said about that history. Let's go straight into it.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Let's do this now. Whoa, Daddy. May 6th in Union, South Carolina for PWU. It's Chris Phoenix versus Buggy Wright. Buggy, when is enough enough? How many times have we done this? For the past year and a half. I've been punching your teeth down your throat. I've beaten you I don't know how many times. You might have rolled me up. You might have gotten a quick couple W's on me here and there, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about is for the past year and a half. It hasn't stopped. So, Buggy, you want to do this one more time? You want to go down to PWU? You want to fight me one more time? That's okay. Because we'll do it one more time. And I'll make you wish it was your last. So hear me out, Daddy. May 6th, PWU Union, South Carolina, Daddy. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you might want to get on that now. Because it's going down at PWU. We'll see you there.
Whoa, Daddy. I like every time I see this, though, I automatically think about the Sheik, and because that was like, hey, Baba, hey, Baba.
There you go.
I ran #1.
So
USA.
Chris Phoenix is definitely ready, but so is Buggy Wright, and let's hear from him real quick.
May the 6th at the Union County Recreational Center, Buggy Wright is making his long-awaited South Carolina debut for Pro Wrestling Union. And I could not think of a better way to make my debut than to go one-on-one with my rival, Chris Phoenix. See, now, Chris, me and you, we go way back, way back to last year where this first started in North Carolina. And now we're taking it over to South Carolina. And Chris, I hope you know, man, the best is yet to come. So I hope you're ready, because May the 6th, I'm going to come to the Union County Recreational Center and I'm going to prove to everyone why Buggy Wright is always right.
Teach me how to buggy, teach me how to buggy, teach me how to buggy, teach me how to buggy.
Well, there you go, Buggy Wright. Woo.
Yeah, and something else, and he brought this up in that particular promo there. This is his South Carolina debut.
Very
So,
good.
and he gets to have that here with us at Pro Wrestling Union, which is very exciting, because I've seen his matches with Chris. I've seen his matches with some of the other top talent like Cam Jackson, Thomas Extreme, and that kid is off the wall. And not taking anything away from Chris Phoenix, because I know where he comes from. He's one of the students over there at Lodi's in Matthews, North Carolina, and he is tremendous talent. So, very excited for this. Very, very.
That's going to be, I have a feeling that's going to be a very fast-paced match for most of it, and you're not going to want to miss it. You're just not going to want to miss it. They can both wrestle. They can both fly. They're technical. This is going to be an all-around, and I hate to say this, but it's going to be true. And there's a lot of great talent on this card, but I want to see what these two can do. This would be the match I would want to see right here.
And I think what I might want to do, just because we mentioned about fast pace, the high flying, and everything like that, that it's going to be a lot of stuff going on. We might sell tape there at the table when you walk in, so that way you can put that on your eyelids and just kind of tape yourself up like that, so that way you don't miss anything. Because if you blink, you just might miss something.
There you go. And only saw the edge of the seat too.
Yes.
They're only going to need about this much of the seat, because that's all they're going to use when them two start going. Man alive. Okay, on to the next. Now, this is awesome. The Heart Killers, the brand new tag team champions for Pro Wrestling Union. Oh, my goodness. Going up against Bible Club.
Yes.
Coming from Texas, I hear.
That's right. Both of those men, they are part of the Christian Wrestling Federation. It is a all Christian-based professional wrestling show out of the state of Texas. They've always put on great shows. They've been around for a while. I actually got to have my first experience with member Johnny Lawless through some of the Heroes to Legend shows that we always partner up with. And this man is all honesty, he is a former figure skater that actually qualified for the Olympics. So he's already got the athletic background, and all of a sudden he just made the transition from going from figure skating, which if anybody laughs about figure skating, try doing it. I guarantee you you got to have strength. You got to have conditioning, balance
like crazy,
coordination out the yin yang. And now this man is applying what he learned in that into professional wrestling and that kind of discipline. So he's a very unstoppable individual. Now, for the first time, we're going to be seeing his big tag team partner. And the picture doesn't do it justice.
That in his promo, which we're going to watch here in just a second. But yeah.
Yes. So this man is a monster. Big Fitz, who is he's former military, so there's that going for him. He's a big man. In fact, I actually saw a clip not too long ago. He did a show somewhere in Texas. I'm not exactly sure which city, but they basically did this in a rodeo arena. And it was two guys in the ring with him. He choke slammed both of them. I mean, people compare him to the Big Show, but then later on, I actually saw him toss a guy into a mud puddle, like just chunked him.
Wow.
And it was, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh man,
I didn't know he was that big. I saw we're gonna watch the promo, but I didn't realize he was that big. I mean, I actually saw the Big Show in person. Went to a wrestling show with my wife. Up in Milwaukee when they had SmackDown there, and watched the Big Show. I literally went over and watched him walk down the ramp. He walked right by me, and all I could do was this. And I was like, okay, it's true. He's a big guy. And I'm 500 pounds. I'm 6 foot, 500 pounds. So if I have to go like this, he's a big guy.
so that's why when I started putting the things out there for the Heart Killers, I said, you guys got a big challenge ahead of you.
Yes, they definitely do. As a matter of fact, why don't we listen to both of the Bible Club? Both of them put out a promo, and I love both of them. So we're gonna start off with the big man, because this guy is all that you said he is and more. Here we go.
Yes.
Hey troops, it's Big Fitz, and I wanted to be the first to tell you that the Bible Club is going on the road. This weekend, starting on Friday, May 6th, at Pro Wrestling Union's Mayhem, the Bible Club, consisting of yours truly and my brother in ministry and in Christ, Johnny Lawless, will be facing the Heart Killers at Union County Rec Center in Union, South Carolina. Johnny and I are ready. We've heard about these guys and how they act. But the word says in Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. And the Bible Club has the cure. Get your tickets now. The next day, Saturday, May 7th, we'll be at Heroes to Legends Answer the Call, facing the Foundation at Jackson County Rescue Squad in Sylva, North Carolina. Now, the Foundation are certainly tough competitors, but you see, me and Johnny, we know what 1 Corinthians 3:11 says. For no one can lay a foundation other than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. I don't know about you, but in light of that verse, Johnny and I are ready for whatever may come our way. Make sure you catch these two shows. There are some explosive matches planned, and you won't want to miss it.
Before we go on to the second one, here is something to think about. If Bible Club beats the Heart Killers, they could be carrying those tag team championships into Answer the Call. I mean, that is just that blows my mind, and that's the very next night.
That's right.
Heart Killers have their work cut out for them. They really do.
And that is actually something, and I didn't want to bring this up because I don't want to jinx anybody or think that I'm showing favoritism or anything like that, because technically I don't have a problem with the Heart Killers per se. I mean, yeah, they like to annoy me with little things like wanting me to sign my old promo picture from like almost 20 years ago. But
Right.
but the person I'm more concerned about with those two is Matty G, because they seem to torture that poor man, and he's a man of the cloth himself.
Matty G is my hero. Matty G is one of the reasons why #True started, and that is a true story.
And I know when we brought in the Bible Club, I know that it did Matty G, it did his heart well to know that there were actual professional wrestlers that like to spread the word of Christ, and that's not a gimmick. That's reality. That's them on a day-to-day basis. They love what they do, and they like to spread the word of Christ.
Yes.
Not trying to sell anybody on anything, because I know not everybody has the same views on religion or if they believe anything at all.
Hey,
but
if that's their gimmick, that's their gimmick. You can like it or just.
It's not a gimmick.
You know what I'm saying though. You know what I'm saying though. They come up, and what I love is he quoted scripture straight out of the Bible. I love that. I really did. James Johnson said, "I forgot that PWU and H2L are back to back this weekend." That's beautiful.
Yes, and I love James Johnson. He is one of my favorite people on earth.
Tie-Dyed Sunrise. I love him too. Daddy-daughter dance, great tag team right there. man. As a matter of fact, James Johnson, if you guys didn't know, James Johnson was interviewed by the Live Wire last Sunday at 4 o'clock. Go back and check it out. It was a really, really good interview, guys. Go check it out. But yeah, going back to this tag team match, we got one more of the Bible Club that had something to say. And as a matter of fact, he's a heavyweight champion there in Texas. And he tells us all about it right here. So let me find it. Here we go.
The following announcement has been paid for by the blood of Christ.
Pro Wrestling Union, Friday, May 6th. The Bible Club versus the Heart Killers for the Pro Wrestling Union Tag Team Championships. Now, the Heart Killers are no short task. They're fast, they're young, they're athletic. They're the greatest tag team in Pro Wrestling Union. That is, of course, until me and my big tag team partner come out to South Carolina. I might show up with the CWF World Heavyweight Championship. But me and Fitz, we are leaving Pro Wrestling Union as the new tag team champions. And we're bringing them right back here to the Lone Star State and to the CWF. So Heart Killers, the Bible Club's coming. Be ready.
That man looked like he meant what he said. And again, his big tag team partner.
And I'm going to interrupt for 1 second because I know I did like the editing and everything for these, because normally with them being in singles, at the very end I do that little tag. I almost feel like I'm almost hypnotizing people. Like it's almost like I'm implanting it. Every single time a new promo plays, it's like, there we go, mayhem, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think is great.
It's all good. It's all good because we all know that, you know, the proper way to do a promo is, you know, tell the information, or at least put the poster at the end if you don't. So.
Yes, because how else are you going to find us or anything like that? And one other thing, just because I want to mention this, normally I wear like a Pro Wrestling Union shirt or something Pro Wrestling Union adjacent, and I got to bring this up. Because I've already sent the video to the people that sent me this wonderful Jumpin' Jeff Farmer t-shirt. This was actually a gift that was sent to me by the wonderful Missy Childers and the great Chris Thunder Anderson. So yes, I want to thank those guys, because I told them, I said, you guys want to know if I love this shirt? Yep.
There you go. Here we go. Gary Benfield said, going to be a great weekend of wrestling. Gary,
yes, it
hit
is.
me up. I want to do a show with you and put out all the information about your show coming up in June. Hit me up, sir.
Yep, because also that Saturday, because Big Fitz mentioned the second show on Saturday, Heroes to Legends.
Yes.
On top of that, there's Pro Wrestling Union matches. There's also high-velocity wrestling matches on there as well. In fact, Randy Wayne and J.D. Drake, even if he wins the heavyweight title, they're still scheduled to be in a tag team match against the high-velocity wrestling tag team champions, your favorite tag team, Scott, the New Age Villains.
Oh, there we go. All right. See, I love that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play the Heart Killers because I don't want to, interrupt what we were talking about in the match. I'm going to play the Heart Killers promo, let them have their time, and then right after that, we'll do the promo for the show that's coming up on Saturday. How's that? Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we want to hear the champions because, trust me, you want to hear what these two have to say. Here's the Heart Killers, the Pro Wrestling Union Tag Team Champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Heart Killers, your new Pro Wrestling Union Tag Team Champions, are coming back to Union May 6th And we're facing some bozos called the Bible Club. Now, I don't know where they're from or what they really do, but
They're from Texas.
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 Texas. Oh, boy. We got some rootin'est, tootin'est Texans that we gonna beat up on May 6th because that's what we do. We bring the violence and we gonna hurt these boys. How big, how small they are, I don't really care. They gonna get whooped by the Heart Killers.
Oh, yeah. You see, Bible Club, understand one thing. When you step into that ring with the Heart Killers, you're stepping into our church. And all the people of Union, South Carolina, that's our congregation.
Sir, those are our people.
And let it be known right now that when you step into our church surrounded by our people, we are going to make you pray. We are going to make you pray that you never, ever came to South Carolina, that you never wanted a shot at the tag team titles, and that you never wanted to deal with the Heart Killers.
Or the baddest tag team on this planet, in this state. Praise be to Allah.
Brother, we'll see you May 6th, boys.
Now, I'm going to reiterate, if you don't have the information about how to get to Mayhem by now, you have not watched 5 minutes of Hashtag Truth. But that, these guys, let me tell you, never in a million years. I was at the show where they won the tag team title. I was there personally. First time I'd ever been to Pro Wrestling Union. They won the titles, and I just want to ask them one question. Who's their people? They were booed out.
They've got each other. They have got each other. But here's the thing, though. I will give them credit where credit is due. It takes some balls to be sitting out there in the middle of a street the way that they were looking with tag team gold on their shoulders, not thinking that somebody was going to jump out there and mug them or try to steal those things. So, you know. And let's face it, Dallo, he lives over there in Chucktown. You know, he doesn't live in the nice, beautiful palm trees part. No, he don't live in that area. You know,
well, they are two hardcore guys. I will say that size doesn't matter when it comes to them two. And I say that because one's shorter than the other. He gets picked on all the time, but let me tell you, this guy can wrestle. Don't underestimate him one bit. And he's a weasel. I'll just say it again. He's a weasel. They win by any means necessary, and they'll tell you that. Any means necessary.
No, they're not shy about their tactics, that's for certain. But
oh no, not at all. But we were talking about Answer the Call, which is going to be Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and play that promo here, and then we'll talk about the last 3 matches that you have on Mayhem. But here's all the information for Answer the Call, and we'll talk a little bit about it afterwards. Here we go.
Away. I'm just a breath away, losing my faith today. I'm falling off the edge today. I am just a man, not superhuman. I'm not superhuman. Someone save me from the hate. It's just another war, just another family torn. From my faith today. Just a step on the edge, just another day in the world we live. I need a hero. Save me now. I need a hero. Save me now. I need a hero. Save my life. A hero will save me. I've gotta fight today to live another day. Speaking my mind today. My voice will be heard today. I've gotta make a stand, but I am just a man. I'm not superhuman. My voice will be heard today. It's just another war,
I have to say one thing.
Go ahead.
Why? And I'm sending this out to you, New Age villains. Why? Why would you put yourself in a match against Randy Wayne and JD Drake? That is scary. Why? That's going to be a great match.
The only answer that I could possibly give you on that, the best person to ask is Gary Benfield, the owner of High Velocity Wrestling. But also at the same time, I also know the New Age villains. We get along fine. We have no issues. They're not scared of anybody. They're always willing to go up to task and
they just prove they're not scared of anybody. Because if you asked me to grab a partner and go up against Randy Wayne and JD Drake, I'd tell you you're crazy. But that's just me.
It's what, and the thing is that I know that they're not going to be cowering or anything like that.
Definitely not.
This is a testament to their
two guys are multi-time champions in Tennessee.
Yes,
great tag team. I mean, one of the best. You've said it before. They're one of my favorites. They're in my top 5, definitely. So,
but I'm gonna run through that card though, just very quickly, since since we're part of this, and we'll get back to the next part of the match.
It's all you, man.
All right, so you may have seen an old clip of a very familiar NWA WCW superstar, One Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff, who is going to be there. He's representing one of his members of the Koloff dynasty, Alexander Koloff, as he's going to be in the ring with Bam Bam Malone, who is a former Texas heavyweight champion. And in his corner, he's going to have North Carolina's own, and Silva's on top of that, Rick Savage. You've seen him on the TV and everything like that. Plus, he performs live, does music and everything like that. He's going to be there. You saw John Schuyler. Unfortunately, John Schuyler had a commitment with Impact Wrestling that he had to take because that is his bread and butter. That he is contracted to them, so anything they say goes.
Contract, you can't break.
Yeah, that's the one time. So we found a substitute. We found Brady Pierce. He's coming to challenge Chase Emery.
Nice.
If the title is no longer on Emery's waist after Friday night, it's still just going to be a singles match between the two. JD Drake has a tag team match that's already been signed through High Velocity Wrestling.
Yeah.
Also on the card, you got the Bible Club. As they already said, they're going to be facing the Foundation. It's going to be a great match. Drew Hood, HD, DH and HD, the megastar, the conductor of the Drew chain. I'm making sure I didn't butcher that one. He's going to be going up against that's how he does it. Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't have the big muscle like he does. In fact, I haven't been to a gym in a while, and it shows. But
there you go.
That's what happens when you retire from the ring. You forget to work out. But anyway,
there you go.
He's going up against the Radio Devil, Ghazi, which is going to be a very interesting match because Ghazi's one of those cruiserweights, junior weights, and Drew Hood, he's a big, stout kid. So,
yes. Ron said Tommy is highly technically proficient.
Oh, we're not talking about Tommy anymore. We went past that.
I missed it. That was my fault. It's been there for a while.
No, I'm blaming Ron. He keep it up. Keep up, Ron. Keep up with the conversation.
Right.
And also one of the matches, because I don't want to forget it, you also have Crucifix. He's going to be stepping in the ring with Kay Holiday. That's going to be an exciting matchup. So both nights are going to be awesome, and I get to be part of it, and it's going to be great. From Union to Silva, it's going to be jam-packed.
We're going to skip a little bit around for the last 3 matches. We're going to talk about Mayhem because I really want to talk about this match. The first ever women's match at Pro Wrestling Union. Tell me how you got this booked.
All right. So I've actually been asked by a lot of people, whether it be the fans, the wrestlers, even some of the female wrestlers in the Southeast, about having a women's match on Pro Wrestling Union. And the thing is, and this is just being completely honest, this is definitely pulling back the curtain. I really didn't want to go into that until I knew I was ready to handle that responsibility, because I am a person that treats women with respect.
Right.
And the place that we were originally doing these shows, there wasn't really a good place for women to change. And you know, doing this at the fairgrounds in Union, I wasn't going to force a woman to change in a tiny bathroom that is publicly used and stuff like that. Right. And so, you know, I waited till I was able to get a place where I knew that people could get in there, be comfortable, and that was the start of this. And once I get that, I'm going to actually start looking at these talented female wrestlers, because I know that we've started getting a real abundance of them, especially in the last few years. One of them being Savannah Evans, who is also signed with Impact Wrestling.
Yes.
So I started looking around and everything, and a lot of the wrestlers, especially here in the Carolinas, specifically North Carolina, everybody talks about Casey Fox, how she has been, how she's been growing as a professional wrestler. They talk about her professional attitude. They talk about how she just gets better and better each time. And then we got to talking, and we got everything set up from there. So then it came to finding a challenger for her, and a lot of names came across the desk, and I don't want to name them because I don't want to make anybody feel bad for not booking anyone. But one of the names that stuck out to me was Brittany Jade. One of the reasons for that, and I know that she did, along with Casey, they have both been on AEW Dark and everything like that. But Thunder Rosa, who is a AEW superstar and the she was the NWA World's Women's Champion, but now she's the AEW Women's
Champion. Correct.
So a lot of great accolades with Thunder Rosa. In fact, she's actually, in my opinion, she's my favorite female wrestler at this time. I think she's tremendous, and that's not knocking anybody else. She just so happens to be my favorite at this time.
Mine is the ex-champion, but go ahead.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Britt Baker did a great job. There is a women's professional wrestling company out in Texas called Mission Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
Thunder Rosa actually helps out a lot with that. She helped start that company, and Brittany Jade has been part of that company on a couple of occasions. Has wrestled.
I've had a couple of those posters cross my Facebook page.
Yes, and plus, you know, she's wrestled for a lot of the really awesome promotions in North Carolina and everything like that. So it was going to try to make that transition coming like further south. I saw that she was available, reached out to her. Didn't know at the time until JD Drake informed me that he's actually trained her. Along with, he's had a hand in her training, and several other great professional wrestlers have had a hand in her training. And I paid attention to the matches. Like I said, we communicated, got her booked. So for this being the very first female match for Pro Wrestling Union, I couldn't be more pleased, because Casey Fox, who has this great reputation and gets better and better each time, and this is actually her South Carolina debut. So like Buggy Wright, this is her first South Carolina wrestling match. And then you got Brittany Jade, who's been tearing it up, and you know, she's got a good base, and she keeps learning, and she's done a lot of these awesome, great things. So to me, I think this is the perfect way to debut women's professional wrestling for Pro Wrestling Union.
Now, I'm jumping way ahead, but you know me, I do a podcast, so I got to ask.
Okay.
Is there a possibility of a women's title coming to Pro Wrestling Union, a women's division?
Well, that would actually have to be something where I can get a few more female talent under the belt. Just as of right now, Those
right,
are
right. I understand it's early, very first match, but I'm just saying, is that where this is going?
We'll have to wait and see. You know, I don't want to say yes, and I'm not going to say no either, because you know things can change in a dime, flip, and everything like that when it comes to that. So we're going to see where this goes, but I think that this is a great start for Pro Wrestling Union in regards to having female professional wrestling, having women's matches.
Sounds good. Let's go ahead and hear what Casey Fox had to say. Here we go.
May 6th in South Carolina, I, Casey Fox, am making my South Carolina debut. Not only just my South Carolina debut, my Pro Wrestling Union debut as the first ever women's match against Brittany Jade. And this is super special because fans are already blowing up my phone about how excited they are to see me, and I cannot wait to be a part of this special first women's match. Cannot wait to see you all there.
There you go.
Scott, I didn't catch the name of the show or the location or any of that.
None of the information has been up here. We're going to have to go over that at the end of the show.
Yeah, well, I have to tell people, or otherwise they're never going to know.
That's it. That's it. I think the only thing I didn't cover was how much it is to get in, which is $10. That's about the only thing I don't have up here.
$10. Children 12 years old and under, they get in for free.
There you go.
And I know that there's a lot of places that do $10 general admission and all this other stuff, but I will say this in all confidence, for what is on this card, the talent and this might upset some other people, and I don't care at this point. It is the best value for the best professional wrestling.
Without a doubt. I won't even argue with you. I won't even try to argue with you. I'm looking at all this talent, and there's a couple matches. Just the matches alone, I would pay $10 to go see. Chase Emery versus JD Drake.
And that's not me saying other wrestling promotions are not great or anything like that. That is not me, because there's a lot of great stuff out there. But I also know some of these bigger shows, some of the ticket prices, you know, just for the names and nothing like that, you know, they've been going up and everything like that. Still being able to get people like a JD Drake and still keeping it as low as $10 and everything like that, I think is tremendous. And there's nothing wrong with the shows that cost a little bit more money, because they are giving you a lot for what you're paying for. Exactly. But what I'm saying is we are the best value. It is cheaper than a movie ticket. You don't have to worry about if you got children that are under the age of 12. You don't have to worry about
great venue.
Yeah, so it's a very nice, clean venue. Everything like that. We're getting the kinks out for the concessions, because we didn't realize we were going to sell out of concessions as quick as we did at the very beginning. So we're prepared for this next show. So
people like to eat and drink while they're watching wrestling now. Come on, Cole.
That's true. I mean, you know,
us big people got to keep our, you know, good look. No, I'm just kidding. but yeah.
So.
All right, we got 10 minutes left. We got 2 matches to cover, so let's get right back into it. Doggone it, I wish one of these two would have did a promo, but the Carolina champion.
Actually, Luca Daniels did do a promo, but unfortunately, by the time that I got it, I was not able to get the stuff all together. So that's on me. But
shame on Cole. Okay, that's Cole's fault.
That is on me. What I can tell you, though, is that Luca Daniels made his debut against Bebop over at the Benefit for Buckshot. They had a tremendous match. It was great. Now, Luca did not come out on top, and he hasn't been back to Pro Wrestling Union since then. Well, he came back one other time in November, and he challenged Chris Phoenix and made him tap out. Then we see where Luca Daniels goes to Georgia, wins tag team championships with his partner. He's been going to all these other places throughout the Southeast. He's been racking up wins. He made his appearance on WWE television.
Yes,
and a lot of people say, yeah, he wrestled T-Bar and T-Bar murdered him. The kid's still standing. He was on a big stage with a tremendous talent because before he was T-Bar, he what do they call him in NXT? Dijakovic?
Yeah, Dijakovic.
His name's Dijak, but they called him Dijakovic because WWE names their talent the way they're going to name them.
Right.
And this guy was putting on bangers against Keith Lee, who's one of the best big men ever.
Right.
So the man can work, and he's already impressive and scary looking because of his size. And what did Luka Daniels do? Did he look scared? No. He went up to him and pointed his finger at his chest, showed that confidence, and he took a whooping like a man. But
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But he came back. But anyway, he never forgot that loss to Bebop. And he's told me flat out that he's paid attention to Bebop wrestling guys like Tim, the Infinite Man. He was going to be wrestling Tim again in a rematch, but then Tim injured his foot and was not able to get licensed for the state of South Carolina. Who pops up on the last moment? John Schuyler. And I know that you've seen that match, Scott. You were there live.
Oh, it was great.
That was
a terrific. Oh, man. One of the matches of the night.
Yeah. I would even sit there and say it was the match of the night. And that's not taking anything away from the main event, which was Colby Corino versus Chase Embry, which was a fantastic match.
Yes, it was.
But that was a great match, and I seriously thought John Schuyler had it, to be honest.
And Bebop is putting up his Carolina championship in this match. Don't forget that.
That's right.
Daniels could come in after a loss, regain, come back, got a couple of wins. Now Bebop said, okay, I'll put my Carolina championship up. Luka could be the new champion after this. I mean, I love Bebop. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be a great match.
Oh, absolutely.
I love him. He's on my wall back there. But hey, this is going to be a really good one. And whoever wins this match will be well deserved of the Carolina championship. That is for sure.
And something that somebody actually told me the other day, and I guess it didn't really dawn on me until they actually said it. And they said, they were talking about Bebop being the Carolinas champion, and he's, of course, the first and only champion at this point. Somebody said, it's amazing that we created this singular championship, just back in August, which Bebop won, had to beat 4 other guys to get to it. Technically 5 to become part of that final 4. But what they said was that it's amazing how Pro Wrestling Union and Bebop took this, what would be considered a mid-card championship, and made it so relevant to the Carolinas. Just because of the matches that he's been able to have for guys challenging him, like Tim, people like Luka, people like John Schuyler, and there's a few other guys he's put that title up against. So the Carolinas champion is not just some title to win; it's become
the creme of independent professional wrestling. These are guys that are on the cusp of getting contracts. Let's just put it that way.
One of them already's got one.
And one already has one, and Bebop could be there too. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. There's nobody on this card that there are some that do have contracts, but there's nobody on this card that isn't close. I'm telling you that's the level of competition, the level of great wrestling that is going to be at Mayhem. I'm excited. I wish I could be there. Unfortunately, I can't because of my condition, but. I would love to be there, man. The last show was amazing. If you have never been to a Pro Wrestling Union show in Union, South Carolina, I'm telling you guys, it is an awesome show. The crowd gets into it. I mean, it is just awesome. And I've got to ask, is this one going to be recorded?
Yes. Yes. Because we like to put some of these matches out for Explosion on YouTube, which I know you watch, Scott.
I'm a huge fan.
Hey, I'm that last one that we put out. It kind of blew up pretty well. So got a lot of views, got a lot of likes.
Yes, it did. And if you don't know what he's talking about, we're going to show you right here, and then we're going to come back after this, and we'll talk about the last match, which is Bam Bam and Drew Hood. We got to do the, at least one time before we go. But this is Explosion. You guys got to check it out if you haven't already seen it.
Pro Wrestling Union Explosion returns with 3 great matches. We're going to be kicking things off with the debut of Pretty Boy Matt Oda. And he'll be stepping in the ring with a man that is making his return to Pro Wrestling Union, the Chisel, the Strong, the fan favorite Peterbilt in singles competition. Next, we will have Impact Wrestling superstar, the Southern Savior John Schuyler, will be stepping in the ring with the very popular top dog of the industry. Everybody knows his name, Bebop, as he challenges him for the Carolinas Championship. And the main event of the program, you're going to have the All-American Blue Chipper, Chase Emery, stepping across the ring with NWA superstar, second-generation wrestler Colby Corino for the Pro Wrestling Union Heavyweight Championship. Catch Pro Wrestling Union Explosion on Thursday, April the 14th on YouTube.
There you go. It was put up on April the 14th. 3 great matches. I got to see all 3 in person. Man, I'm telling you, you should be paying for this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Those are 3 great matches. You should be paying to watch them. They're that good. And you could just go on YouTube, look up Pro Wrestling Union, hit the Explosion, and watch all 3 matches. They were gold. Let me tell you, great matches.
Hey, I'm gonna just throw it out there. I'm just happy to have individuals that are such great talent in the indie scene, even the guys that are contracted like John Schuyler, JD Drake, and stuff like that, Colby Corino with NWA. I'm just happy, proud, and blessed, to be honest with you, for the fact that these guys, after I speak with them, because the thing about independent professional wrestling is that there are no contracts. These guys are freelance, and I never approach these guys saying, "Oh, well, they work for me. They work for me." No. They don't work for me. They work with me.
There you go. That's it.
I put together a platform. I pay the fees and all that other stuff, and I make sure that they get taken care of and stuff like that. But when they step from that locker room, through that curtain, it's them. Right. The spotlight is always on them. And I'm just happy to provide that for people.
I hate to interrupt you, but I have to say another thing. You have some great camera crews recording your matches. I don't know if they still are. I don't know if the same people are doing it, because you told me that, he moved up in the job world, but you did have Blue Horse Media. Are they going to be there for this one or no?
Well, actually, Luke will be there, but I know that he's going to be getting off shift, so he's traveling from his job to the show. He's just going to watch the show. I'm actually going to have somebody that's going to do the recording for me this time.
Okay.
Just give it a shot and just see how they do. It's
I got you.
It's going to be a It's going to be a trial and see what happens.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. But Blue Horse Media was I don't want to say still is one of the best. But the guy who runs Blue Horse Media got a job with a big company, big firm. So congratulations to him.
Fox Carolina.
Congratulations to him. But he did a great job, and I hope these new guys do too. because man, let me tell you, this is a lot of great matches, and I can't wait till the next explosion because I can't be there personally, but I'm really looking forward to the next explosion. So let me know so I can put it out there to the world when it's going to be. And we've got JD Drew and Bam Bam Malone. Yes, we have not forgot about them. We have not forgot about them.
Yeah, because I know we're running a little bit over, and that's okay. But I also know I got a wife that, I told her, I said about an hour.
There you go. Well, we're going to be about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and play Mr. Drew Hood talking about this match, and then we'll talk about it, and we'll get out of here, and so everybody can get ready for Mayhem in a couple of days. It's going to take you a couple of days with all this talent, man. Bring all your posters, bring your pens, get autographs, do all that good stuff. I love it. Here we go, Drew Hood.
Pro Wrestling Union. How the heck are you? DHD Drew Hood in high demand back again. I know I was in high demand just for you, Union, South Carolina. Aren't you excited that I'm coming back? Aren't you super excited to see the megastar who shines brighter than the rest in this wrestling universe? The man, myth, and legend in the making. Yours truly, the conductor of the Hood Hype Chain, yeah? And most importantly and above all else, the Prince of Sports Entertainment. Coming back to Pro Wrestling Union against one Bam Bam Malone. Now, Bam Bam, now let's face facts here. You Texan, you long flowing hair, you gorgeous man. You're probably coming to kick my ass, ain't you? Okay, let's be gentlemen for a second. Okay, can we have a respective contest? I know I have the most lovable face in all of sports entertainment, but I need you to understand that if you come at me sideways, well, it's gonna be a long shot for you to get that victory. Hey, see what I did there? You know what? I'll save the celebration shot after I defeat Bam Bam Malone. PWU, be everything you always wanted. Be, yeah? Nah, I mean.
Again, we got to get that information up on the board before we leave here. I'm telling you, nobody's gonna know nothing if we don't do that.
Because where are we going to find this information, Scott, for this great professional wrestling show?
I have no idea.
I mean, we don't know where it is. Tell us,
man. Drew Hood. Know what I mean?
He right there at the end, he kind of had that, Waylon Mercy thing going on there with that, with the Hawaiian shirt and everything like that. All you had to do was change it to what is it? Lives are going to be in Waylon Mercy's hands,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, he mentioned Bam Bam Malone, another superstar coming from Texas. Man, you've got what, 1, 2, 3 people, 4 people coming from Texas.
Yeah, well, hey man, I mean, look, here's the thing, and we're gonna try to make this quick because I know it's running a little bit over. The Carolinas, and I don't mean this in any sort of negative way. The Carolinas is oversaturated by wrestlers that we see at like one place than the next, and they're very, very close to each other, and there's nothing really wrong with that. But if you go to a show on a Friday and you see wrestler A, B, and C, and D, but then Saturday, the next show, about 15, 30 minutes away, you got wrestlers A, B, and C, and D again, how long until that starts getting stale? So, now, of course, we don't run like weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly, in all honesty. We run bi-monthly for right now. But other than a few select guys that people in Union County are like fully invested in, and of course our champions, who we are going to always book on our shows,
right?
We try to get in the best talent, not just in the Carolinas, not just in the Southeast. I look everywhere. I mean, I brought in guys from Tennessee, guys like I'm blanking. I'm sorry because I'm so tired.
You're okay.
Jeff, all right. So Jeff Conley, who is one of the best technical wrestlers in the Southeast, hands down, one of my favorites. David Anthony, who had a match with Chase Emery back in last August, who is a fantastic wrestler. You had Murphy Costigan. You know, he stays in Tennessee, but he comes from Glasgow, Scotland.
Is your prior champion, heavyweight champion from Tennessee or North Carolina?
Prior champion Landon Hill is from Kentucky.
Kentucky. Well, there you go, Kentucky.
So there you go. And he's a student of Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express. You know, and now we're getting guys from the state of Texas. You know, you never know. In the next few months or so, we could be getting guys from Florida, Georgia. I might even try to go more international. Who knows? It's just what I think is going to be the best fit for Pro Wrestling Union, and I think the fans are going to really enjoy it. That's what this is all about, because the people that pay the ticket to come into the show, I don't want them to think they're going to be seeing the same old thing that they could go to any other place and go see. They're going to see great professional wrestling, and everybody on this card are great at what they do. What is Tim saying?
There you go. Tim Godfrey is watching us on YouTube. Thank you for watching me on YouTube, Tim. I'm excited to see this card this Friday. See you Friday, boss man Cole. I can't wait.
See you, Tim.
He's ready to go. Tim is
referee.
Referee, yeah.
He's normally a referee. He's not refereeing in this one. I've got senior referee Kylan Disney. I've got Josh Williams, and I also have referee Katrina Krez or Kreis. I know her as Gail, but
just leave it.
referee Katrina.
There you go.
She
comes in like a storm. There you go. She knows how to count to 3 like a storm. There you go.
Yes. Chris Vallo's favorite referee to see take a bump. That's what I heard anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Which is awful of Chris Vallo, because it's like, you know, at least Chris has a cute kid.
If you're wondering who we're talking about, Chris Vallo of the Heart Killers.
Chris has an adorable child, and I feel sorry for that child every day.
No, that man, I'm telling you, that was a good day. That was a good day, man. I loved. Whether he's a bad guy or a good guy, children are the best thing in the world, man. I love it. Gorgeous child, without a doubt, without a doubt. All right, well, Cole, I appreciate you coming on, man. Mayhem. Let's go ahead and put the poster up. I'll let you do the information one more time. Whoop, wait a minute. What just happened? I'm going to put the poster up.
Because they clearly didn't get the information this entire hour.
That's it. That's it. We're going to do it one more time, though, and it's going to be in your voice. So that'll be really cool, because you got that showman voice. Yeah. Me. All right, here we go.
The tongue to the teeth. There we go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, in Union, South Carolina, at the Union County Recreation Center, 115 Thomas Street, it is Mayhem. Friday, May the 6th. Main event, you're going to have the Pro Wrestling Union Heavyweight Championship on the line as AEW superstar J.D. Drake challenges the heavyweight champion Chase Emery. Also, a Texas Bull Rope match between the Outlaw Randy Wayne and the Anomaly Antonio Morgan. If Randy Wayne wins, he gets 3 minutes alone in the ring with the manager of Antonio Morgan, Derek Vanderford. However, if Antonio Morgan wins the match, Randy Wayne must say goodbye to Pro Wrestling Union forever. Also, for the first time in Pro Wrestling Union, we do have the first ever women's wrestling matchup. Casey Fox versus Brittany Jade. Also, other great superstars such as the Carolinas champion Bebop. We have Luca Daniels, the Heart Killers, tag team champions of Pro Wrestling Union, Bam Bam Malone, Drew Hood, and the Bible Club. General admission for the show is $10, ladies and gentlemen. Kids 12 and under, they get in for free. Doors open at 6 p.m., bell time at 7 p.m. Once again, Friday, May the 6th, Union, South Carolina at the Recreation Center. It is Pro Wrestling Union Mayhem. Oh my God, you had to show my face.
Yes.
I just scared
the
shit out of somebody,
professional.
Scott, and it's your fault.
I had to show the professional. I was gonna do it right in the middle. I said, "No, I better not," because you were into it, man. You were focused. You were laser focused on what you were gonna say, and it was awesome, man.
You got to be laser focused.
Making a commercial, bro.
Well, hold on. It's like it's a pro wrestling union, man. It's on Friday. Sounding like freaking Napoleon Dynamite. Come to my show. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like
you would be surprised how many times I've had one of those.
or I could do it like jumping Jeff Farmer. You got to come to the show because it's gonna be great, and you're gonna be seeing me there, and everybody's gonna have a good time, with JD Drake, Chase Emery. And the show it's full force. I hope that appeases Missy. That's the closest impersonation she's gonna get tonight.
You forgot his call sign. Come on, man. You got to end it with that. Come on.
Yep.
All right, that's it. We're out of here. Cole, thank you very much for coming on, man. Come back for your next show. We'll definitely do this again. I love having you on. Like I said, Pro Wrestling Union. If you guys haven't seen a show in Union, South Carolina, Pro Wrestling Union, you are missing out on one of the greatest shows in South Carolina. Like we said earlier, the best value ever, $10, and you get to see JD Drake, Randy Wayne. I mean, just the Bible Club coming from Kentucky. Listen to me, Texas. I'm sorry, don't come and beat me up, Bible Club from Texas. Bam Bam Malone coming from Texas, the first ever women's match. Casey Fox, Brittany Jade. It's just going to be one total awesome night of wrestling. I'm going to let you say my punchline coming out, and that is
the hashtag truth. We'll see you next time.